Behind Marilyn Monroe's enchanting allure and captivating presence hid a tumultuous life filled with pain and unspoken struggles. While the world admired her radiant smile and celebrated her timeless beauty, few were aware of the profound heartbreak and relentless challenges she faced off the screen. This is the heartbreaking true story of Marilyn Monroe, a legendary figure of Hollywood glamour whose personal battles remained hidden from the public eye. Early life and identity. Marilyn Monroe wasn't always the name the world would come to idolize. Born on June 1, 1926 in Los Angeles, Norma Jeane Mortenson's early life was overshadowed by the absence of a stable father figure. Her mother, Gladys Baker, struggled with severe mental health issues, making it impossible for her to care for Norma Jeane. Just 2 weeks after her birth, Gladys placed her in foster care, initiating a series of temporary homes that would shape Norma Jeane's formative years. During her upbringing, she was christened Norma Jeane Baker Monroe, a name that would later symbolize Hollywood glamour. In her unfinished memoir, My Story, Norma Jeane revealed that her mother possessed a photograph of a man resembling the legendary actor Clark Gable, but refused to share his name. This mystery left Norma Jeane picturing Gable as her father, an image that subtly influenced her aspirations in Hollywood. Little did she know, destiny had a way of intertwining her reality with her dreams, culminating in her starring opposite Clark Gable in her final film, The Misfits. This serendipitous moment was more than just a professional milestone. It was a poignant realization of a childhood fantasy that had fueled her drive to transcend her tumultuous beginnings. Norma Jeane's early identity was a delicate tapestry, woven with threads of hope, uncertainty, and resilience. The constant flux of her upbringing, bouncing between foster homes and grappling with her mother's instability, forced her to adopt different personas to survive. Each new environment demanded adaptability, shaping her into a multifaceted individual capable of navigating the complexities of both her personal life and the broader world. This chameleon-like ability to blend in and stand out simultaneously would later become one of her most defining traits in the spotlight. As Norma Jeane transitioned from her early years into adolescence, the quest for a stable identity intensified. The lack of a father figure and the relentless instability of her childhood left her yearning for a sense of belonging and self-assurance. These deep-seated insecurities fueled her determination to craft a new identity, one that would break free from the shadows of her past and establish her own legacy. This relentless pursuit of self-definition became the driving force behind her metamorphosis into Marilyn Monroe, a name that would forever alter the landscape of Hollywood and immortalize her legacy as both an icon of beauty and a symbol of profound personal struggle. Childhood turmoil and foster care. Norma Jeane's childhood was a tumultuous journey marked by instability and uncertainty. Her mother's ongoing battle with mental health meant Norma Jeane spent her early years shuffling between foster homes. Over the years, she lived with 12 different families, many of whom were neglectful or abusive. This constant upheaval left deep scars, including a stutter developed after a traumatic sexual assault by a lodger. Each new home brought its own set of challenges, making Norma Jeane's quest for stability a relentless struggle. One of the most harrowing experiences during her childhood was the sexual assault she endured at the hands of a lodger in one of her foster homes. This traumatic event not only left her physically scarred, but also had a lasting impact on her psychological well-being. As a result of the trauma, Norma Jeane developed a stutter, a symptom of her deep-seated anxiety and fear. This stutter would later become one of the many personal battles she fought behind her confident public persona. Despite the hardships, Norma Jeane exhibited remarkable resilience. She learned to navigate the complexities of foster care, often feeling like an outsider in each new home. Her adaptability became a survival mechanism, allowing her to blend into different settings while internally yearning for a stable and loving family. However, the lack of consistent support and affection left her feeling isolated and misunderstood, fueling her desire to seek acceptance and recognition in the outside world. In 1935, Grace McKee, Norma Jeane's best friend, took her into her home, offering a semblance of stability that Norma Jeane had longed for. Grace and her husband, Doc Goddard, provided her with a more nurturing environment, but this stability was short-lived. Financial strains forced Grace to send Norma Jeane to the Los Angeles Orphans Home Society, where her misery deepened. The orphanage was a bleak environment, devoid of the warmth and security Norma Jeane desperately needed. Her time there was marked by loneliness and a heightened sense of abandonment, further exacerbating her emotional struggles. 2 years later, Grace McKee, now married, attempted to bring Norma Jeane back into her household. Unfortunately, the Goddards were once again unable to provide the support she needed, leading to another stint in foster care. The revolving door of foster homes continued, each departure leaving Norma Jeane more despondent and yearning for a permanent family. Her experiences in these early years were a crucible, forging her into a person of immense strength yet profound vulnerability. Finally, as Norma Jeane approached her teenage years, she found a semblance of stability with Grace's aunt, Anna Lower. Anna provided the most loving and stable home Norma Jeane had ever known, allowing her to finally experience the consistency and support she had long been denied. However, this period of relative peace was brief. When Grace McKee's husband secured a job in West Virginia, the Goddards decided they could no longer care for the now teenage Norma Jeane. Faced with yet another upheaval, they arranged for her to marry their neighbor, 21-year-old James Dougherty, when she turned 16. This forced marriage was Norma Jeane's first step into adulthood, but it was not the stability she had hoped for. The union was short-lived, ending in divorce just 3 years later, when Dougherty was deployed overseas during World War II. This experience of being thrust into a relationship without her consent further underscored the lack of control Norma Jeane had over her own life, a theme that would persist throughout her journey to Hollywood. Norma Jeane's childhood was a labyrinth of foster homes, each move stripping away a bit more of her innocence and stability. The constant changes and emotional neglect forged a deep resilience within her, yet also left her with an enduring sense of loneliness and a desperate need for acceptance. These early experiences laid the foundation for Marilyn Monroe's complex persona, a blend of strength and fragility, ambition and vulnerability. As she transitioned into adulthood, the echoes of her tumultuous childhood continued to influence her decisions and her relentless pursuit of a place where she truly belonged. Path to Hollywood. Norma Jeane's journey toward Hollywood began as a quest to redefine herself and escape the shadows of her past. After her divorce from James Dougherty in September 1946, Norma Jeane, now 20, was free to pursue her own ambitions. She dropped out of high school and took a job at a defense plant, earning $20 a week. It was during this period of financial struggle that fate intervened. A photographer discovered her, igniting the spark that would propel her toward Hollywood dreams. Her first foray into show business was modeling, a stepping stone that provided her with the exposure needed to transition into acting. Modeling not only honed her photogenic qualities but also allowed her to build a network within the industry. Norma Jeane was determined to rise above her modest beginnings, leveraging every opportunity to showcase her potential. She signed her first movie contract with Fox in 1946, marking the official start of her acting career. However, her initial attempts were met with challenges. She was dropped by Fox in 1947 due to a lack of experience and signed with Columbia in 1948, only to be released again later that year. Despite these setbacks, Norma Jeane remained undeterred. Her financial hardships persisted, forcing her to make difficult decisions to make ends meet. In 1949, she agreed to pose naked for photographer Tom Kelly in exchange for $50, a decision born out of desperation for a car payment. Little did she know, these photos would later become iconic, solidifying her image as a sex symbol and paving the way for her rise to fame. Rise to fame. Marilyn Monroe's ascent from a factory worker to a Hollywood icon was anything but easy. Her initial success in modeling provided a foundation, but the transition to acting required more resilience and determination. She signed with Columbia Pictures in 1948, and by 1949, her persistent efforts began to pay off. Monroe worked tirelessly, taking every role she was offered without complaint, starting as an extra and gradually securing bit parts. Her dedication and relentless work ethic began to attract attention, leading to more substantial roles and increased visibility. In 1950, her acting career began to stabilize as she took on more significant roles. However, she still faced instability within the industry, often being dropped by studios despite her growing popularity. Financial hardships loomed as Monroe struggled to pay her bills, pushing her to make bold choices to sustain her career. The pivotal photo shoot with Tom Kelly, though initially a desperate move, became a defining moment in her career. These photos, later featured in Hugh Hefner's Playboy in 1953, catapulted Monroe into the spotlight, solidifying her status as a sex symbol. Hugh Hefner's obsession with Monroe continued long after her death. In 1992, he even purchased the burial spot next to hers for $75,000, a testament to the enduring impact she had on him and popular culture. Despite her rising fame, Monroe remained acutely aware of the fragility of her career and the importance of maintaining her image. Her honesty about the reasons behind her photo shoot boosted her career, even as she grappled with the personal costs of her fame. Personal struggles behind the glamour. Behind the scenes, Marilyn Monroe battled severe mental health issues. Chronic insomnia, depression, and an addiction to barbiturates plagued her daily life. Her struggle with endometriosis caused immense physical pain and complications with pregnancy, adding to her emotional burdens. These personal battles often overshadowed her public persona, revealing a side of Monroe that few ever saw. Monroe's mental health struggles were compounded by her relentless pursuit of perfection in her acting career. She suffered from terrible stage fright, a condition that made filming a daunting task. Dawn Murray, who starred opposite her in 1956's Bus Stop, revealed that Monroe got so nervous before every scene that she'd break out in a rash. She struggled to learn lines and often forgot technical requirements like hitting her mark, leading to numerous takes and editing challenges. Jack Lemmon, her co-star in 1959's Some Like It Hot, recalled that it sometimes took her over 37 takes to finish one simple scene. Despite these challenges, Lemmon never held this against her, recognizing her potential and capability. Monroe's addictions were another significant aspect of her personal struggles. She was initially prescribed painkillers for her endometriosis and barbiturates and other sedatives for her insomnia. By the time of her death, her bedside table was covered in bottles of medicines, highlighting the extent of her dependency. Her alcohol consumption further complicated her mental health, leading to a cycle of dependency that was difficult to break. Complex relationships and marriages. Marilyn's personal life was as tumultuous as her career. Her marriage to baseball legend Joe DiMaggio was passionate but fraught with conflict. DiMaggio's desire for a traditional housewife clashed with Monroe's ambition and fame, leading to a painful divorce. Elia Kazan, with whom Monroe later had an affair, recounted that DiMaggio struck and beat her multiple times, adding another layer of complexity to their relationship. Despite their divorce, DiMaggio remained deeply affected by Monroe's struggles. During the Christmas of 1961, they reconnected, and DiMaggio tried to help her with her addictions and mental health issues. He later blamed himself for her death, arranging her funeral and visiting her burial site regularly for the next 20 years, showcasing the profound impact she had on him even after their separation. Monroe's subsequent marriage to Pulitzer Prize-winning playwright Arthur Miller promised stability, but quickly unraveled under the weight of political pressures and emotional disconnect. They married on June 29, 1956, 8 days after Miller's testimony before the House Un-American Activities Committee, a time when both were navigating significant personal and professional challenges. Monroe needed more emotional support than Miller could provide, and the glamour of their union soon faded. Miller's diary revealed his disappointment and embarrassment by Monroe, and their relationship deteriorated further during the shoot of The Misfits in 1961. The film's production was a disaster, leading to their divorce shortly after. Miller didn't attend Monroe's funeral, further highlighting the strained relationship. Challenges in her acting career. Despite her rising fame, Monroe faced significant challenges in her acting career. She was often typecast as the dumb blonde, a label she vehemently resisted. Determined to prove her acting prowess, she took numerous acting classes, first at the Actors Lab in LA, and later with the renowned acting coach Lee Strasberg at the Actors Studio in New York. Her dedication to honing her craft was evident in her performances, as she sought roles that showcased her depth and versatility beyond her sex symbol status. In 1954, Monroe protested against the demeaning roles Fox kept sending her and the studio's refusal to increase her salary, despite her status as its biggest star. This act of rebellion led her to become the second woman ever to found her own production studio, named after herself. This move granted her greater creative control over her career, allowing her to choose roles that aligned with her vision and break free from the restrictive typecasting that had plagued her. However, her persistent stage fright and anxiety made filming a daunting task. Dawn Murray revealed that Monroe got so nervous before every scene that she'd break out in a rash. She struggled to learn lines and often forgot technical requirements like hitting her mark, leading to numerous takes and editing challenges. Jack Lemmon, her co-star in 1959's Some Like It Hot, recalled that it sometimes took her over 37 takes to finish one simple scene. Despite these challenges, Lemmon never held this against her, recognizing her potential and capability. The mysterious death Marilyn Monroe's life was tragically cut short under mysterious circumstances. On the morning of August 5, 1962, she was found dead by her housekeeper, Eunice Murray. The coroner's report concluded that she had died of an overdose of barbiturates in a probable suicide. However, many refused to accept this as the truth, leading to numerous conspiracy theories surrounding her death. Witness testimonies regarding her death often contradicted each other, fueling speculation and doubt. Some believed Monroe was in good spirits, working hard to revamp her image after being fired and then rehired on a movie project. Others, including her psychiatrist, Dr. Ralph Greenson, stated that she was agitated on the day she died. Eunice Murray, who had been fired by Monroe days earlier, claimed that Bobby Kennedy had visited Monroe the day she died, a claim the FBI investigated and later dismissed. These conflicting accounts have kept the mystery of her death alive for decades, with theories ranging from mafia involvement to political conspiracies. The lack of clear evidence and the numerous unanswered questions ensure that Marilyn Monroe's death remains one of Hollywood's most enduring mysteries. At just 36 years old, Monroe left behind a legacy intertwined with both her iconic status and the unresolved questions about her untimely demise. Legacy and lasting impact. Marilyn Monroe remains an enduring icon, symbolizing both beauty and tragedy. Her influence on pop culture is undeniable, with her image and legacy continuing to inspire generations. From fashion to film, her style and performances have left an indelible mark on the entertainment industry. Monroe's persona as the quintessential Hollywood blonde has been both celebrated and critiqued, reflecting the complex interplay between her public image and private struggles. Beyond her glamorous facade, Monroe's life has sparked important conversations about mental health, the pressures of fame, and the complexities of personal identity. Her struggles with addiction, mental health, and the relentless pursuit of perfection shed light on the often unseen challenges faced by those in the limelight. Monroe's story serves as a poignant reminder that fame can mask profound personal battles, encouraging a more compassionate understanding of celebrities as multifaceted individuals. Monroe's legacy extends beyond her filmography. She has become a symbol of resilience and the human spirit's capacity to strive for greatness despite overwhelming odds. Her story inspires countless individuals to pursue their dreams, while also highlighting the importance of addressing mental health issues and providing support to those in need. Monroe's enduring presence in media, fashion, and celebrity culture underscores her timeless appeal and the universal themes of her life that continue to resonate with audiences worldwide. Marilyn Monroe's journey from Norma Jeane Mortenson to Hollywood legend is a tale of relentless ambition, profound struggles, and enduring legacy. Behind the iconic smile was a woman yearning for stability and love, navigating the treacherous waters of fame and personal turmoil. Her story reminds us that fame often masks profound personal battles and that the true cost of success is sometimes hidden from the public eye. As we reflect on her life, let us honor her memory by supporting those who silently fight their own battles just as Marilyn did. If you or anyone you know is having suicidal thoughts, please call the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline at 1-800-273-TALK, 1-800-273-8255.